Hey, everybody. Welcome to this week's Shout Out a Gacky Girls podcast. I'm Ashley.
I'm Allana.
And just like every week, we're joining you here on YouTube. Make sure and subscribe. You can also find us at Gacky Girls on Instagram.
And TikTok.
And TikTok.
And Facebook.
And Facebook.
All the places that podcasts are found.
Yeah. So if you're watching this, just comment watching so we know where people are watching it from. Otherwise, we have no idea. Anyway, how was your week?
I don't know, man. Dan was sick all week. So I've been sleeping on the couch all week. Oh. So the week has gone I don't know. I barely know what day it is. So that's my week.
Oh, boy. Well, my boys are in Colorado with our mother and father.
Yeah.
They did 6 miles today, so pretty darn good. And I have a little garden update for you before we start our pop culture podcast.
A garden update?
That's a cucumber. That's my head. This cucumber was tiny 2 days ago.
Why? In my head, I was like, that's a really small cucumber. I was thinking zucchini.
No, this is a giant cucumber. Like, how am I going to can this? Hello?
What do they call those in England?
A cucumber?
Aubergine is eggplant.
I have no idea.
I'm going to look it up.
Oh my gosh.
I'll fact check it and pop it in here.
Well, if you're new here, guests, fact checking and Googling in the moment are things that happen a lot.
We are very into pop culture. We're very into talking about it. We rarely have our facts straight.
The point is,
facts, wrong place.
Before we start with our first topic, yesterday was National Twins Day.
Yes,
Happy National Twins Day.
Happy
we both hair? Yep, we both have braids in our hair today.
Mine is out and yours is up, but
well, I went for a run.
I just want a disclaimer for anybody watching this. I am not a giant. This is a tiny Coke can.
And I'm not miniature.
It's like kind of phallic, Ashley.
That's your opinion. Get out of here with that. Okay.
Just on that topic. This is so funny. So my oldest is 11, as you know, but people listening may not. In the grocery store, because she didn't know what it meant, she loudly goes, "Oh, Mom, you know I love the sausages." Because I was talking about having brats for dinner, and I go, I'm like, she goes, "What? I love sausages, and the ones you got look so good." And I'm like,
"Oh, stop! Just stop talking."
Anyway,
just stop talking. Okay, so on the topic of children, my next door, shortly before we started recording this episode, just shared with me one of the funniest stories I've ever read on Nextdoor, and I hate Nextdoor. I'm so annoyed with it all the time.
Oh, ours is just lost dogs and lost turtles or tortoises.
Ours is lost turtles. Welcome to Florida.
It's like constant.
Ours are generally like, someone walked past my house too slow this morning. I want to know what they were up to. Does anyone recognize this person? And it's like, settle down, Linda. Everything's going to be fine. Okay, so are you ready for this?
You're going to get canceled by Lindas. They're going to be like...
I have several Lindas in my life who are wonderful people. And they know I appreciate them. So I'm sorry for using that name. But if I use Karen, then the Karens come after me. And I feel like... True. Okay, so here is... this is a local post.
I'm so excited about this.
And I didn't send you the picture yet, but the picture that accompanies this post is someone's rear view mirror with a cop car, lights on. Okay. You ready? Okay, so it says, "I got pulled over on my way back home from grabbing McDonald's with my niece. I was going 8 miles over the speed limit. As the officers started walking up to my car, I rolled down my window. My adorable and apparently incredibly smart 7-year-old niece started screaming from the back seat, 'It's coming out. I can't hold it any longer. It's almost here.' Now the trooper is hearing her scream this, and he leans into the window and says, 'What's going on here?' She looks at him dead in the face and says, 'I've got poop coming out of my butt.' He started laughing. I was so shocked and embarrassed. He asked how far I had to go, and I said about 3 miles, so he told me to drive safe and get Miss Poo-Poo Butt home to do her business. He could not stop laughing. As soon as we pulled away, I asked, 'What was that about?' My niece smirked and said, 'I saw it on YouTube, but I didn't think it would work.'"
Okay, so
I said, "So you're not pooping?" And she said, "Nope, and you're not in trouble either."
Okay, so at first I thought you were lying about that because I've seen the YouTube video about it. So at first I was like, not lying, but like somebody posted it to be funny. But now that makes me think somebody posted it like
Oh gosh, I'm like crying. I'm laughing so hard. I could see Willow doing that, your daughter Willow. But
100%.
I just had to share that story because it was just like.
So next time you get pulled over, just instruct your kids to scream that they've.
Eventually, I'm sure the cops will figure it out. Anyway.
Crap their pants.
So yeah, I guess it's a little pop culture-y if it's a YouTube sensation that the children are watching.
I was gonna say, yeah, I've seen like the initial video, but I think it was a retelling. But that's even funnier that somebody's kid saw that and then used it.
Yeah.
Kids.
I would have probably actually pooped my pants and be
now,
laughing so hard.
I just want to tell you that I'm not tiny. This is just a giant muff.
Is this a theme for today? I'm like, what? Okay, again, I'm just going to say it because not everyone here probably
knows a tiny deodorant.
No, I have all my tiny houses over here. Here's my little tiny house.
Oh my gosh.
Here are my tiny houses
in my house. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Okay, so what is our first topic today?
I don't even know, man. I don't know. Well, here, let's go over this first. So as my whole computer shakes. Why? Oh, here we go. So Gal Gadot has leaked that they are working on a third Wonder Woman, this time with James Gunn helping out. How do you feel about this?
I love it.
Okay.
I loved the first Wonder Woman. I love her as Wonder Woman. When they said they were scrapping everyone to go forward with a new DC universe, I was bummed because she's absolutely made for that part.
Oh, completely.
And she's so good at it. The second movie
was not good.
We share an opinion. It was absolute horseshit. So doing it right, we can just forget that second movie even exists.
Well, that's what I'm kind of hoping is that I'm trying to think of what other movie series they did that where they kind of just ignored. I've got a tiny hand. Hold on. Yes.
But that's a real tiny hand, not a wrong size tiny hand.
When did this happen?
I didn't do it.
We're going to be editing this out.
Who did this? I didn't do it.
Where'd you pick this up from?
From inside my room on where I put it, where it's safe and sound.
Okay, but it happened somehow. I'll take Gal Gadot out so you can see
Hi,
her.
babe. I'm sorry something happened to your tablet.
She said, I'm sorry something happened to your tablet. Do you want to hear her voice? Sorry, let me clean these off.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi.
What? So someone you don't know who broke your tablet?
Yeah.
In your room where you left it. So someone went into your room,
took it and played on it probably, and on accident dropped it and shattered it and put it back.
Probably.
Is this record? Like, is this where it's? Where is the? Where am I? Is this where the?
Yeah.
This is where the sound is.
Yeah.
We got her a new tablet for her birthday. She doesn't know about it, obviously.
Okay. But the question is, who broke the tablet? Shall we continue?
Yes, just a minute. What?
I think it might have been Foggy.
Foggy didn't do it.
He has been in my room a lot lately. And yes,
how would he have done
that?
I found
him by my thing.
This sweet child did not do that. Okay, resuming. No, okay, so we both disliked Wonder Woman 2.
Nobody liked Wonder Woman 2.
Nobody liked it. Which is sad because it had a great cast. It had every ability, but it was lots of reasons. We don't. Can you believe?
Can you believe when that movie came out, no one knew who Pedro Pascal was, or barely? Like,
barely.
They're like, oh, he's that guy from like that Mandalorian show, right? Like that's just coming out.
He was on like 5 episodes of Game of Thrones.
Yeah. No one like, and now it's like they couldn't afford to put it in that movie.
Where's my microphone? Now he's a zaddy.
So very nice.
So here's my confusion. So they were going to scrap all the OG DC people.
Mm-hmm.
Not even OG. Anyway, they were going to scrap all of them.
Zack Snyderverse DC run of people.
But then like the Flash has not done well.
Yeah.
And so then they were like, we're going to start over from scratch. But now we're hearing that Gal Gadot's doing a new Wonder Woman. So my question is like, and in history, they've had other people play Batman, so will she be the Wonder Woman in a new universe?
Easy. That'd be easy.
Maybe that's how the movie opens. Like she's somehow.
Her first movie has nothing to do with the DCEU. Her second movie has nothing to do with the DCEU. She was in other movies. So to have her now, even things that happen continuity-wise with her character in her own personal movies could be canon.
Yeah.
Just like how we're considering the Hulk with Edward Norton. Edward
Norton.
That's on Disney Plus as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I'm cool with it. And I love her and I'm very, very, very excited. And James Gunn so far can do no wrong.
Well, and I think from what I read about it, once you sent me the article, it sounds like she's having a lot more of a hand in what the story is, which her problem was with the second one, because it was supposed to be about two powerful women fighting each other. And then it became like a cat fight.
Yeah.
Literal
cat fight.
which is so bad. Poor Kate McKinnon.
That was not Kate McKinnon, Allana.
Yeah.
No, it was Kristen Wiig.
Still, poor Kristen Wiig. That movie did not do well, and not to her fault. She was great.
Yeah.
She was great.
Anyway, moving on.
The Ghostbusters with the women was actually not that bad. It could have been better.
So we could do a whole conversation.
She was great in that too. So
Kristen Wiig can also do no wrong, but
speaking of cat fights.
Vanderpump Rules. Okay, so I'm very excited about this. So Allana has that's our next conversation.
No.
We're having issues today, my friends. So I have watched every episode of Vanderpump Rules, and I have rewatched every episode of Vanderpump Rules before last season. I just in the background had it on, and then after the season, I started rewatching it again. So I feel like an expert. I know everything about it. I follow several TikTokers who just do Vanderpump Rules content. There is a podcast a friend of mine from LA shared with me that's called the Sexy Unique Podcast, because where do they work at on Vanderpump Rules, Allana?
Sir.
Which is Sexy Unique Restaurant.
Oh, a little tidbit there. I like it.
There you go, which is Lisa Vanderpump's restaurant. VPR Vanderpump Rules. Boom. All right, so what episode are you on? What season?
Season 2, episode 2.
Okay.
I don't have whatever streaming service this streams on, so I have had to purchase the season at $16.
Allana Marie. Like Sheena Marie. Boom. We're like
okay, so a couple of questions just off the top of my head. So season 2. So season 1 is Tom and Katie. Not Tom and Katie. Hold on though. Because the problem is I had closed out Facebook because I don't want it to ding every time people send messages. Okay. So it really focuses a lot on Tom and Kristen Doty and their relationship.
Yes.
To an extent. It's a lot of Jax and
Stassi.
Which they should never have been a couple in the first place. They are terrible together. But it's the first season of this, and I do know. So me getting into this, I initially started looking into this stuff because of the controversy between Sandoval and Ariana, which is ongoing in real time. But I started this season 1, which is 11 years ago. And because I had read up some stuff, I'm aware of the fact that they were cast, right? Some people did work there, but a lot of them were cast.
Well, okay.
Go on.
Yes. You're correct. Like Sheena did work at Villa Rosa. Not Villa Rosa, that's Lisa's house. At Villa Blanca. And then was brought over because she was the tie-in, although she was an actress. She was the pizza girl on the Jonas Brothers TV show.
Whoa.
They were all in love with the pizza girl, and that was Sheena Shea.
So her tie-in was because she had an affair with Eddie Cibrian, who was married to a Real Housewife, And so that's how the first episode of VanderPump Rules initially was an episode of Real Housewives that turned into, like, it all transitioned in the midst.
Yes. So anyway, before we get going too long, we're going to keep it a little bit shorter.
Yes.
I just want to know, every week while you're watching it, I want to know, who do you like, who don't you like, and what's going on.
So Ariana just got introduced. And so this part, number one, Stassi, Queen of the Chunky Necklace. It's bringing me back to 2011, 2012.
You loved a chunky necklace.
Loved a good chunky necklace. Lots of peplums tops, which are the ones that have like the little extra skirt here. It's a shirt, but it has like a skirt. And so I'm loving that. I'm loving like the throwback, some of the makeup, throwback, all of it. Ariana just started, and seeing the behavior that Tom is doing with Kristen is identical to what is currently ongoing with Ariana. So if people don't watch it, just a quick reference. Tom was dating Kristen. Ariana starts on the show. They vehemently deny that there's anything going on. Nothing's ever happened. But Tom is saying stuff about Kristen, about like, she's crazy. Nobody understands what I go through. I haven't been in this for years. All things he's currently saying about the girl that he eventually cheats on his girlfriend with, Ariana, who then becomes his girlfriend for 10 years, who he then cheats with currently with her best friend. So anyway, that's fascinating from like a production standpoint.
There is a whole thing on TikTok where they put you every single time he was accused of cheating, the way he treated the girl who was supposedly the one he cheated on, whoever he's dating with, and how he gaslights that. I mean, he's just if he wasn't so hot.
Even he has this certain little smirk that I caught onto with current things, that now watching these old episodes, and he's saying like,
yes, during the club.
Yeah, there's nothing going on. And I was like, that smirk, he's doing it. He's a liar.
So what do you think
he's
about...
He's a worm with a mustache.
Yeah, okay, that's a current reference, yes. I'm going to quickly throw out a couple names, and I just want like 1 second.
Okay.
This is what I think about them. Peter.
I like Peter. He seems nice. Doesn't seem like he's big into drama.
Okay, that's your 1 second.
What
do you think about Tom Schwartz so far?
Okay, well, I have done a little extra deep diving into Tom Schwartz because of his participation in Stars on Mars. So I like him. He's not a cast member yet. He's just Katie's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yes. So at the moment, he's plus.
Okay. Lisa Vanderpump.
Love her. She's a boss woman. Be a badass boss woman.
Here's what I'm going to warn you.
She puts up with too much, though.
Yes. Well, but she's making a lot of money on this show. So, okay. So before we end this topic, and we'll catch up with you next week and see what your opinions are then. I will warn you, season 4 has like 28 episodes, and it takes forever to get through.
Oh my
gosh.
But
once you get past it, I'm currently on season 6, and we're rolling now.
Maybe
I'm starting to get sad.
Pause. Maybe you should pause, and then we watch this episodes together.
No.
Okay.
But anyway, okay, great. Okay, what is our next topic of conversation?
Okay. So now
if people are listening to this or watching this, make sure and comment, like, what are some things that you think we should watch? Oh, can we actually do one thing we should watch quick before this one, which we were just talking about? Okay, so this spring, and I'm actually wearing the shirt from it.
Yeah.
Well, you tell them what happened.
I'm so confused where you're going with this. So you better just
Okay, so we were at a bachelorette party at Margaritaville.
Yes.
In Orlando, Florida, and there were camera crews everywhere.
Yes. Oh, I totally
forgot about that. And a show premiered this week that we've never watched, but we are going to start watching it to see if we made any B-roll footage. Allana, what is that show?
That is Jersey Shore.
Terrible. Jersey Shore Family Reunion.
Jersey Shore Family Reunion. So we were at the pool, and all of a sudden, I eagle eyes for production.
Yeah.
I notice full-on production cameras, like obvious cameras. And so we start asking around, and one of the bartenders said, "Oh, they're filming something for MTV." And we're like,
wheels started spinning,
and it started going. And so we found people that we thought maybe were part of the show they were filming. Turns out they were just doing B-roll footage of the pool for the next week. We missed them by 1 week. The Jersey Shore cast show.
I think it was even less than that. I think we left like on Tuesday and they flew in on Thursday. Like we barely missed the Jersey Shore cast, which again, having never watched it, just being that close of proximity, I'm now going to start watching it.
If you see B-roll footage of the show, of the pool area, and you see a bunch of girls in black swimsuits acting all like fools, that was us.
Love it. Okay, so now on to the topic we actually had planned, which was Taylor Swift.
So Taylor Swift is known for being amazing, obviously, to everybody who meets her. She's an angel. She's a gem. This week she gave this article is just about the $100,000 bonuses to truck drivers, but it was over $5.5 million to her crew. And when you say crew, it's the guys who put up the stage, it's the lighting team, it's the sound engineers, it's the little people, and over $5.5 million in bonuses.
And not only that, when it says here 100,000 bonuses to truck drivers, that's 100,000 per truck driver.
Yes.
So of that 5.5 million, like, can you imagine? And this headline says life changing. Can you imagine just having $100,000 dropped in your lap?
I know a lot of people who work that type of job, and for them, that's the remainder of their mortgage, right? Like that's
crazy.
Their kids going to college. That's like, it's incredible. I would like to be a crew member for Taylor Swift. I could use $100,000, please and thank you. But those people work hard, and so because she's made so much money, I think it's so cool that she gave back in this. I mean, this is not it's not like, oh, your regular $2,000 bonus is going to be $4,000.
What's especially interesting is this is in a week where headlines came out that Lizzo's being sued by some of her past crew and dancers for treating them poorly. And obviously Taylor Swift did not intend for this news to come out the same week as that broke.
Oh, the timing is,
the timing is terrible
great,
from a PR perspective for Lizzo. But we're not going to talk about that because we are staying positive-ish.
You can look it up. Now that you know that something's going on, just look it up. You'll find it. You'll find it. You can form your own opinions.
Exactly.
No, but I think it's amazing. Taylor Swift did also just announce 10 new shows for 2024, extending the Eras Tour, which was supposed to end this week. And 3 of the shows happen to be in Miami, Florida. And guess who got the pre-sale verification?
Woo woo! Am I going with you?
If you want. You got to fly down here.
I would love to.
I want to take the girls. I think they would have, my girls are, well, at that point, we'll be 7 and almost 12. So I love it.
Little Swifties.
Love it. So, okay. So that's all fine and dandy. But speaking of controversy.
Oh my gosh. Ariana Grande.
I did the wrong photo. Hold on. I want the right photo.
Okay. So as someone who is a very, very big fan of the movie Wicked, the musical Wicked, I've actually read the book it's based on. I have seen Wicked in Omaha, Nebraska.
I'm almost halfway through reading the book a second time. Love it.
Oh, it's so good. And the musical's a little bit different. Obviously, the movie might be slightly different as well, but Ariana Grande is playing Glinda, the Good Witch, in that production, and she is currently dating the actor who plays Bog, if you're familiar with
Buck. It's Q. Buck.
I always call him Bog. Okay, whatever. Who is kind of a side character. He's not as important.
No, I mean he's important, but not like he's not one of the big catalysts for anything.
No. So what is the issue with her dating this gentleman, Alina?
Well, I mean, there's many issues. Number one, she's Ariana Grande. What does she have with like goofy looking men? I'm sorry. I had to say it.
I don't know, but this isn't just the only controversy she's in. So this gentleman was married with a baby when he went into this production.
Yes.
And now he is filing for divorce. Ariana Grande has held that baby when his wife came to visit set.
Oh, gross. She
had dinner with them as a couple. Meanwhile,
I've had questions about her ever since the donut licking incident where she like played it off as like, I was just being silly. Also, much like her, I want her to be a good person, but that type of behavior does not bode to being a good person. So number one, that. Number two, and this is going to shock some people, I'm warning you. This is the boy on my left with the red hair. The one on the right is her brother.
They're identical.
It's a copy paste situation. So they always say that
different fonts.
Different fonts. They always say that you end up with somebody, like whoever you marry eventually you end up looking like each other. And she's just skipping that. She's skipping right over it. And she's like, I'm going to try marrying somebody who looks just like me. Because her brother looks just like her.
So
I don't like it.
Another thing that came up this week is that Jeanette McCurdy, who I read her book, it was amazing, who was in Sam and Cat with Ariana Grande when she was blowing up.
Hippo go behind you.
That was my dog. Anyway, now he's on the recliner. He's upset. I'm not snuggling. Anyway, so Janelle McCurdy is doing a web series right now. I believe you can find it on YouTube. And in that web series, she's playing a fictionalized version of herself. And there's a character who's a fictionalized version, we assume, of Ariana Grande, because she wears a bow in her hair and pearls on her neck and a high pony. And this girl
that's what Ariana wore in the show Sam and Cat, which is what she was in with Jeanette McCurdy. So
yep. And they have a very specific conversation where this character talks about being vegan.
Okay.
This character talks over Jeanette and basically is like, I cannot believe how good my life is. My life is amazing. Meanwhile, at that time, Janelle's life was really terrible.
Well, and there's an excerpt of her book that I just heard somebody read. That's basically that same situation. It's saying, that she didn't necessarily want to be jealous, but it was easy to be jealous. Because
Ariana was not a good person.
Well,
I'm trying to think of who the other there was an artist who performed with her, and they made a statement at one point saying, I feel bad for anyone who has to work with Ariana Grande, whatever her name is.
I hope this doesn't tarnish the movie, because the movie, I am almost surprised like producers didn't tell them to keep it hush hush until after the movie came out.
I sent you the name of the article. The name of the article about this that I sent you actually says that production has asked them to slow down.
Oh, I cut that out because it was too big.
Yeah. So there's an issue there. And if I was Adriana DeBoer, who is playing Elphaba, I would also be furious that this is the headline about the movie that I've waited my whole life to play. Be.
Well, anybody associated with the movie, like I just can't believe that they allowed them to. Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, man. Sorry to the wife of that Frankie Grande lookalike. He also was SpongeBob on Broadway, whatever.
If you are interested at all in this situation, just Google search him as SpongeBob. It is bizarre.
He was a great SpongeBob.
Oh, he was fantastic. But SpongeBob is like nuts.
SpongeBob is not sexy.
No.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Our last bit of information. So Ashley is besties with Donnie Wahlberg. I'm just kidding. Ashley has a podcast on Wednesday nights where her and her friend Melanie do all things New Kids.
What is that graphic?
It's okay. You sent me something and it was a video and I couldn't screenshot it off. It's your logo for your thing.
I thought you were actually going to put the picture of us on screen together.
I didn't have time to go through that whole thing.
Anyway.
I'll insert it here.
Okay. So
here.
I'm lucky enough that Melanie is, has known Donnie for a long time, and he has enjoyed coming on and talking to us. So he joined us on Wednesday night for Blockhead U and gave us a lot of really cool inside scoop on BlockCon and how that came together. Some of the stuff that they have going on for the year. So if you haven't checked that out, it'll be on YouTube on our Blockhead U YouTube channel shortly.
And it's also on replay on at Gacky Girls on Instagram, and then on at Melanie BW on Instagram.
Melanie.bw on Instagram. Yep. Yep. We save all of our lives there, but we're so grateful that he takes the time to do that, and I'm excited to get a hug because I get to see him next week.
So next week Ashley goes to the Iowa State Fair where New Kids on the Block is playing, and I'm so excited to hear how it goes. And I want all the info, all the deets. So we'll have to do like a special podcast after that with some photos and videos just to showcase like what a blast it was. And I'm jealous because if I still lived in South Dakota, I would go, but I don't. So.
Well, it was great. I won't go into detail. You should have to go watch it, but there was a lot of really cool information that he shared, including who was in the blockhead suit, which I'm obsessed with and I want to do someday. Like I want to be the blockhead. Oh yeah. It's one of his son's friends.
Oh my gosh.
One of Evan's friends who's like 22 was the guy in the suit.
Well, because it was in Chicago and they live in Chicago. So he was like, who wants to be the blockhead?
I guess so.
Cute.
And while we were doing it though, and maybe people didn't catch this, if you're just watching it now, you won't get it. But our friend Lori Fredericks actually shared in the comments on the live that at one point, Andrea Barber was inside that suit. Andrea Barber from Full House entered the blockhead suit. So that is a picture I want to see.
That's amazing. We should get Andrea Barber on here.
Okay. I'll start working on it. We'll see what we can do.
Speaking of our friend Lori, she made me this cup. I bought it from her. It says, I can buy myself coffee.
I like it.
It's amazing.
She does some cool stuff. Fangirl Creative is her Etsy page, and
shout out to Lori.
She's made us some crazy stuff, so we appreciate that.
Well, okay, so next week you've got a big week, so I look forward to seeing more about that. And then if people want to follow and like and get all the information, we're gonna have everything on at Gacky Girls, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Facebook is shout out a Gacky Girls podcast, and I do think we need to do a live. Maybe the next one. So maybe we'll organize that and do a live, but make sure you follow for more information and more fun. And as always, tell us where you're from, tell us who you are, and give us ideas. If you got something you want to hear us talk about into the interwebs and our tiny cans, then.
And our giant cucumbers. All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Have a good day.
Oh my gosh. Don't leave. Every time she leaves, she just leaves. I always think we're going to end it. I edit these later. I edit them later. So all she has to do is stay on, finish a conversation. Nope, she hung up on me. It's the life of a sister. Bye.